Good morning, students. Today we are uh, continuing with the lesson on anti-emetic drugs. So yesterday we had discussed the benzimidazole drugs like thiopentazole, albendazole, and mebendazole. Today we are continuing with the other drugs that are used. So this parental pamide, this is also an important drug which is used in infestations like Ascariasis and Robiasis and cyclostoma nicator. It is less active against strongyloids and inactive against trichuris and other worms. How it acts? It acts by causing activation of nicotinic cholinergic receptors in worms, resulting in persistent depolarization. Slowly, they develop contracture and spastic paralysis, and they get expelled. Piperazine antagonizes and causes hyperpolarization and flaccid paralysis. So, worms get expelled. Side effects can be there like gastrointestinal symptoms, headache, dizziness. Otherwise, it is tasteless and non-irritant. It, its safety in pregnancy and children less than 2 years is not established. So for Ascariasis and Cyclostoma enterobius, it is given in the single dose of 10 milligram per kg. For Nicator and strongyloids, it is given as a 3-day course. Now continuing for diethylcarbamazine citrate, DEC. DEC is absorbed after oral ingestion. It is distributed all over the body. Its volume of distribution is 3 to 5 liter per kg. It is microfilaricidal. Okay, so it is given in microfilariasis, which can cause lymphatic obstruction. It is given in the dose of 2 milligram per kg 3 times a day, and it clears the microfilaria in the blood in 7 days. Microfilaria in the nodules and transudates are also cleared. Mechanism of action is alteration of organelle membranes. Muscular activity of microfilaria and adult worms is also affected. So it is used in filariasis, and it can also be used in tropical pulmonary eosinophilia. Side effects include nausea, loss of appetite, weakness, dizziness, rash, pruritus, enlargement of lymph nodes, bronchospasm, fall in blood pressure due to destruction of microfilaria. Now another drug, ivermectin. It is an extremely potent semi-synthetic derivative. It is anti-nematodal. It is obtained from Streptomyces vermiculus. It is drug of choice for onchocerciasis and strongyloids. It is also used in Bancroftian and Bruggian filaria. Microfilaricidal but not macrofilaricidal. Cutaneous saliva migrans, ascariasis. It is highly effective in these two infestations. For Enterobius and trichuris, it has moderate activity and it can be used as an add-on with albendazole or mebendazole. Scabies and lice are also get killed. Although all these are its uses, it should not be routinely used. Uh, and FDA has uh, approved it only for a few infestations like onchocerciasis and strongyloids. In Africa, it is used for Bancroftian and Bruggian filaria. It acts by causing increased permeability of chloride channels. That is the glutamate gated chloride channel found only in nematodes. It causes tonic paralysis of the worm, GABA potentiation. It is given in 10 to 15 milligram oral dose plus 400 milligram albendazole given annually for 5 to 6 years for filariasis. Ivermectin is the only oral drug that is effective in scabies and pediculosis. Even in these, firstly we have to try the topical treatment. Ivermectin can sequester in fat. Half-life of this drug is 48 to 60 hours. Its side effects can be troublesome. Usually it causes mild side effects like pruritus, giddiness, nausea, pain in abdomen, constipation, lethargy. or even transient ECG changes. When it is given for microfilariae, then side effects are caused due to destruction of microfilariae and its degeneration products. Safety in pregnant women and children is not established, so it should not be given in children. Next is niclosamide. This drug is highly effective against cystodes like Taenia saginata, Taenia solium, Diphyllobothrium latum, Hymenolapis nana, and pinworm. Mechanism of action: it acts by inhibiting oxidative phosphorylation in mitochondria and interfere with anaerobic generation of ATP by tapeworm. Side effects include tasteless, it is non-irritating, it is less absorbed from GIT, so no systemic toxicity. Only minor abdominal symptoms might be seen, or malaise, pruritus, lightheadedness. It is considered safe during pregnancy because it is not absorbed from the GIT. It has a wide spectrum of activity against schistosomes, trematodes, and cystodes. It acts by leakage of intracellular calcium from membranes. It causes contracture and paralysis. Worm loses grip of intestinal mucosa and gets expelled. At higher concentration, praziquantel causes vacuolation of tegument and release of contents of tapeworm and flukes. It gets destroyed by immune reaction of host. Side effects of praziquantel: there is no systemic toxicity, itching, urticaria, rashes, fever, body ache, and as a reaction to dead parasites. Headache, dizziness, and sedation might also be seen. It can be used in tapeworms, neurocysticercosis, schistosomes, and other flukes. Praziquantel tablet should not be taken with liquid or after meals. In case of schistosomes, all the species of schistosomiasis can be treated with single dose of praziquantel. The dose can be in the range of 40 to 75 milligram per kg. For Taenia solium, Taenia saginata, and D latum, it is given in a single dose of 5 to 10 milligram per kg, and it results in 100% cure rate. But praziquantel is not ovicidal. Neurocysticercosis. Praziquantel is the second line drug in the treatment of neurocysticercosis. In H. nana, praziquantel is the drug of choice for H. nana, first drug to be highly effective. Hydatid disease. Praziquantel drug kills the protoscolis, but the membrane is not affected. The germinal membrane is not affected. Neurocysticercosis. Cysticercosis of organs like brain, it is seen in Taenia solium. Death of larva causes reaction inside brain, resulting in meningeal irritation, rise in intracranial pressure, seizures, etc. Decision depends on location of cyst, whether to give the medicine or not. And also it depends on number of cysts and viability. Albendazole is preferred over praziquantel due to shorter treatment, higher cure rates. Corticosteroids enhance its absorption and are cheaper. So to conclude the antiparasitic lecture, albendazole and mebendazole, they are the mainstay of treatment. Other drugs are given for specific indications. Thank you very much.